My name's Lewis Tyler, Managing Editor of International Fire and Safety Journal. Delighted to be here at INTERSCHUTZ. Joining me today, William Turcios. How are you doing, Will?
Good. Nice to meet you.
First of all, I know it's been a really busy show so far. You're exhibiting a wide variety of your portfolio. I know you're keen to speak about something specific, so just if you want to introduce that for us.
Yeah, we've been talking about our ACE system, so our pump control, our integrated pump control, and we've been getting a lot of good feedback about it. So we'd love to give you some more details around that.
So in terms of what we see behind us, the ACE system, how does it streamline, the pumping operations?
So in pumping operations, there are many challenges. There's a lot of things going on, from your water coming in to all your discharges, and it's a very busy situation, and obviously it's an emergency situation. So what we've done with this is we've integrated all the development we have under our umbrella. So meaning our valves, our level gauges, all our flow meters, our sensors. We're now integrating it all together and putting it in these two screens, as well as trying to provide as much information to that pump operator so he can make the best decision possible in an emergency situation. So what we allow here is controlling each individual part of the scenario, from your intake to your discharges, manually, like you typically do, all the way to setting presets, and as well as making it auto, so an automated way of controlling your discharges. So all these different controls are programmable. So just for an example, right, if I will toggle this and press it to tank, it will start doing my intake tank. It will start automatically opening. So instead of having somebody having to pull the lever or shut down something, you could program what the SOP that you want to do. And the same thing goes for your discharges. You could program a position, or we could go into auto mode, which this one is in auto mode right now, and I could set what target pressure I want, and it will try to achieve that target pressure. It will begin doing it on its own, and it will react dynamically what's going on in the rest of the scene. So you still got full control. You could come back, shut that down, take over, but if your SOP allows, you could do a lot of automation around that. So it's very flexible system that we put together. And there's more to it, but that's in general what we're done with these new ACE system.
And then we were talking earlier, listen, you guys have been in the industry for more than 100 years. You know what customers want. So how have you gone about really ensuring that this is intuitive and that it's really streamlined in terms of usability?
So we've been doing a lot of discussions with fire departments on what they want to see. And a lot of the feedback is everybody is not at the same level, right? Some people still want the ability to certain discharges to do them manually. Certain discharges they're okay with doing it electrically. Certain functions they're okay with it being automatic. Some they don't want. What we've done here is we gave you the full ability to do all that programming. So you get to decide what you want, and you get to decide how you want it. So if somebody just wanted to have a few discharges here and have another few manual ones, the system will work all together. So because we have so much development around all our different products, we have a lot of information, and all we're doing is gathering it and presenting it, and for that firefighter to make the best decision possible on that scene.
Now, I know you're exhibiting ACE here, and it's been a showstopper, as you say, but really want to speak about something else you're exhibiting, because I know you're really excited. So just talk us through this.
Yeah, so this is FoamPro, and we redesigned the foam system under FoamPro and added new technology and try to solve a lot of the pain points that they're having with using foam in fire.
Now, I know two things that you've said to me are really important, and I think it was, making this easy to use, making control easier for the end user. Is that right?
That is correct. So we've introduced some different type of controllers to alleviate some of these pain points that folks have been having. So we have here the 3 different ones. The 300, what we added is priming. Something that happens in foam systems is you have airlock. And if you have airlock, you have to get underneath there, open some valves, try to run the system to get all that air evacuated so you could actually use the foam system. And that's a challenge and a pain point for folks that don't know why they don't get foam. So by introducing this, you can hit the prime and all that will happen automatically. And then once the priming is done, you could go ahead and start firefighting, right? So no more getting around trying to figure out why is your system not working. And then we took it a step further and added some of the other parts that firefighters need to do for foam systems. One is refilling their system. So now at a push of a button, they could refill the system. Instead of having a separate device or having to go up there and fill it up with pails themselves, they will use this, stab a toe, hit the filling, power it up, and it will begin filling that tank on board. You have your tank level here, so it would automatically shut off. You won't overfill your tank. Then we also introduce offboard. So if you need to pick up more agent during firefighting, you could actually go ahead and turn this over and use the same port to now pick up and feed your foam system so you can continue firefighting. These are two as well as flushing. Flushing is very important with some Class D foams. You need to flush your system because that coagulates and starts damaging different mechanical devices. So that's a pain point, but now it's at a touch of a button. You could go ahead and hit flush, and we'll use the onboard water pump to flush the system out. And once you see it run clean, you're totally done. So you don't need all these separate devices that you might have needed in the past to do all these additional functions. We added it all together.
And then just the final one from me. Look, I think it's fair to say we know that you liaise with the industry, you're at the sharp end. The fireground is changing. How important is it now that companies are making sure they're keeping up to date with their foam proportioning systems on the vehicle?
It's very important. It's they with foam constantly changing, they need to understand what type of agents they have and what their SOP needs to be, and they get to decide which one fits them best. So we try to adapt to all these different changes in the industry, from Class A to all the different Class Bs that are happening, and the different ways of firefighting.
So we've discussed ACE, we've discussed FoamPro. I think it's fair to say you guys have got a lot going on, but I'm really interested in finding out, this turnkey solution, bringing everything integrated into one system, which I believe is this behind us.
Right, this is the integrated panel. It's a demonstration of all the different products we make and the different ways that you could provide solutions. So this is just a demonstration of how you would have a discharge where you would have your pressure, your flow, and your discharge operation. This is pretty typical. Or you could have one of these, which is also your pressure, your flow, and your discharge operation in one controller. And A shows you where you could have it all together in one display, right? So that has integrated the level gauge, you have your foam system, your pressure governor, your intercom. So we provide a big solution for everything of the firefighters' needs in the apparatus.
Will, appreciate your time.